From Italy to New York. My name is Lena. I am 25 years old. I come from Italy and live in a small town with my parents. Our town is quiet and beautiful, with small streets, old buildings, and friendly neighbors. I like my town, but I always dream of something more. I want to see the world and have new experiences. I want to study in New York City. In my town, I study English at a small school. My teacher often says nice things about my English and encourages me to study in another country. This idea makes me happy. I think about New York, a big city full of life and chances. I imagine walking through busy streets, learning in a real classroom, and speaking English every day. One day, a confident woman from a big city in Italy visits our town. She talks about a school in New York, saying it is amazing and that students learn English quickly. She shows me pictures of smiling students and offers to help me. This feels like my chance. The woman gives me papers and asks for money for the school, saying she will take care of everything. I trust her and do not think about any risks. However, when I tell my parents about the school, they worry. My father tells me that New York is dangerous and that I don't know anyone there. My mother questions whether I trust this woman. Even though my parents are worried, I decide to follow my dream. Days go by as I think about New York. I look at pictures of tall buildings, yellow taxis, and bright lights. Everything looks exciting. I tell my best friend Nina about my plan, and she wants to go with me. Her support makes me very happy, and I start making plans for our trip. I write a list of things I need, including clothes, books, and important documents. I feel excited but also a little nervous. Nina and I find a good flight that leaves in 2 weeks, which makes me feel even more excited. As I prepare, my mother tells me to pack warm clothes for the cold weather in New York and gives me snacks for the trip. My father watches me pack, looking worried but saying nothing. Nina and I meet every day to finalize our plans and talk about what we want to see, like Times Square and the Statue of Liberty. On the day of the flight, my parents drive us to the airport. I feel a mix of excitement and nerves as we check in, go through security, and find our gate. When it is time to board, I wave goodbye to my parents and walk onto the plane with Nina. As we sit down, I think about our adventure ahead. During the flight, I feel excited and nervous. We watch a movie with English subtitles, which I find helpful. When we are flying high above the clouds, I write in my notebook about how small the world looks from up here. After a long flight, we finally see the lights of New York City shining below. When we land, everyone claps, and Nina and I smile at each other. We grab our bags and make our way to the exit, taking a deep breath of the different air outside. But when we arrive at the address the woman gave us, the building looks old and empty. I check the paper again and realize we have been scammed. I find out that my money is gone, and I feel lost and scared. We go to a nearby cafe, where the waiter notices we look worried and gives us free coffee and advice about a cheap hotel nearby. We try to find a room, but the manager says we need to pay first. With no options left, we spend the night in a small park. It is cold, and I cry, thinking about my parents' warnings. The next morning, Nina and I sit on a bench, feeling tired and hopeless. I realize I need help and decide to call my father. I tell him everything that happened, and he listens. He expresses his concern and promises to send us money for a safe place to stay. I feel relieved knowing I have support. After getting the money, Nina and I find a small hostel to stay in. The room is tiny, but it feels like a luxury compared to sleeping in the park. I think about everything that has happened and write in my notebook about the lessons I learned. I write that dreams can be dangerous if not approached carefully, but family will always support you. Determined not to let this experience ruin my dream, Nina and I plan to find a real school for English. We discover a small language center called Learn English Together. The building looks old, but the inside feels warm and welcoming. I meet the teacher, Miss Taylor, who is friendly and encourages us to speak English. I attend class every day, learning useful phrases, grammar, and vocabulary. I realize that learning English is not just about sitting in a classroom. When I walk through New York, I hear people speaking English everywhere. I tell Nina that I need to practice speaking English outside of class too. We make a rule to only speak English to each other. As the weeks go by, I start to feel more confident. I make friends in my class and practice speaking with travelers at the hostel. One day, I help an older woman find directions in Central Park. I feel proud of myself for using my English. Months pass, and my English gets better. I can have longer conversations without feeling nervous. I write to my parents about my progress, and they respond with pride. One evening, while walking through the bright streets of New York, I think about everything that has happened, the scam, the struggles, and the lessons. I smile, knowing this is just the beginning of my journey. Congratulations on finishing this section. To improve your English, it is crucial to persistently practice. Finally, we would be most grateful if you could kindly subscribe, like, and share our channel in order to remain well informed and up to date.